While we are highly trained professionals dealing in complex mathematical procedure, we do encourage you to try this at home because it will help you improve your understanding of mathematics and hopefully boost your IGCSE grade. So welcome back to 1 Lesson 3 Math. This is the 23rd of January 2023, the IGCSE Booster playlist, and question 1 is as follows. A line passes through the points 3 and 9 and 6 and -3. Part A, everyone likes a good part A. We need to find the midpoint. Part B, find the equation of the line in the form y equals mx plus c. M is gradient, c is the intercept. And part C, find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line. So if you'd like to have a go at this question, please pause your video now before I proceed with the explanations and solutions. So we need to find the midpoint of these 2 points. So we need to add the x coordinates together. I've underlined them, 3 and 6. We add them together and divide by 2. We're going to do the same thing with the y coordinates, 9 add -3, and we're going to divide that by 2. So our midpoint is going to be 4.5 for the x coordinates, and 9 add -3 is 6, because it becomes 9 take away 3. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that's our midpoint, and that's going to be useful in part C when we're finding the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line. Now, before we do that, we need to find the equation of the line in the form y equals mx plus c. Now, a good place to start is the gradient, m, and that is the change in y divided by the change in x. So we need to look at the y coordinates. Now, the first y coordinate, I've just underlined it in red, it's 9. The second y coordinate is -3. Now, if we're to go from those first coordinates to the second one, from 9 to -3, we're going down 12, so -12. And from 3 to 6, we're going up 3, so that's going to be +3, and therefore our gradient is going to be -12 divided by 3. So if you're picking a start point, make sure you're consistent in using your signs appropriately. If you're going from 9 to -3, that's take away 12. If you're going from 3 to 6, that's +3. 12 divided by 3 is 4, -12 divided by 3 is -4, and therefore our gradient is -4. We write that in front of the x. So we've got y equals -4x plus c. Now, to work out the c value, at the moment we've got 3 variables that we don't know. X and y are changing as the line progresses, but the c is a constant, so we can sub in a pair of x and y values. Now I'm going to choose 3 and 9, and that's going to help us calculate c. So instead of y, I'm going to write 9. Instead of x, I'm going to write 3. Now that's -4 multiplied by 3, because we have -4x. Obviously then we've got plus c. So -4 times by 3 is -12. We now have an equation, -9, sorry, my bad, 9 equals -12 plus c. So that's 9 equals -12 plus c. We add 12 to both sides. So we've got c equals 21. That's a +21, so we can write our graph as y equals -4x plus 21. So now we need to look at finding the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line. The perpendicular gradient is -1 over m. So we're taking our gradient from the line that we have, and we're going to say -1 over -4, because the gradient of the line that we have is -4. Now the negatives will simplify. You could either write that as a quarter or 0.25. Now I'm bearing in mind that my midpoint is 4.5, so I'm using the decimal here too. So my perpendicular graph at the moment is y equals 0.25x plus c. Now, we worked out the midpoint of our line earlier on, and that's very useful for the perpendicular bisector, because that's where the 2 lines would meet. The perpendicular bisector cuts the line at the midpoint. So consequently, we can sub in those midpoint values into y equals 0.25x plus c. So we have 3. The y equals 3. 0.25 times 4.5. You might need your calculator to do that. So we have 3 equals 1.125 plus c. And we need to subtract 1.125 from both sides. And that gives us a c value of 3 take away 1.125, which is 1.875. Now we can write our graph of the perpendicular bisector. Y equals 0.25x plus 1.875. Thank you and see you next time.